With widespread fall in fertility rates and significant rises in life expectancy, the median age of Britain's population is rising. Today, for the first time in history, Britain's over 65s now outnumber those under the age of 16. This ageing population trend is being made worse by the inevitable retirement of the baby boom generation. The baby boomers were born during a period of rapid population growth and social change between 1946 and 1964. Those born at this time are now beginning to reach retirement age and are set to have a dramatic impact on the people, society and the economy of Britain. As it is, there are currently 4 people of working age supporting each pensioner in Britain. In 25 years' time, this is expected to fall to 2.5, and by 2050, this number is going to fall to just 2. The ageing populations is not only being witnessed in Britain, but also in other developed countries such as Spain, Italy, Germany and Japan, making it a global phenomenon. A main concern is that with the baby boomers retiring, the number of people of a working taxable age will shrink, possibly resulting in gaps in the job market, with businesses and the public services lacking the workforce required. With the elderly being the fastest age group in Britain, increasing pressure is being put on healthcare and social services. A report in 2005 said a key aim of government policy should be to encourage people to remain active, engage in regular exercise and refrain from behaviours that could have a detrimental effect on their health, keeping them out of hospital. Personal savings is another potential dilemma. Societies must be able to allocate funds for investment for the future, such as factories, offices, transport, schools, renewable energy sources, more hospitals. If older people don't save or run down their savings while a smaller working age population doesn't save enough to compensate for the shortfall, then a shortage of savings could seriously affect economic performance. Now, the causes for the ageing population in Britain, there are 2 main ones. The first one is rising longevity. People are living longer thanks to improvement in health, diet and preventative healthcare, so that's immunisation against the flu, for instance. During the 20th century, the life expectancy in Britain increased by 30 years on average. The other main reason is the declining birth rates. Over the last 40 years, women have been having fewer children, but in the last decade, birth rates have risen slightly. Women in the UK are currently having 1.9 children, the highest figure since 1973, but far lower than the 1964 fertility rate, which was 2.93. Now, the credit crunch, the recent economic crisis and the downturn in the global economy came at a particularly difficult time, affecting older citizens dependent on their own resources. It also risks delaying a comprehensive policy to managing the ageing of our society. For individuals, the issues focus on the shortfall of retirement savings, the financial crisis is damaging equity and house values, and the collapse of interest rate in Britain is affecting those who had chosen to save over the past decade. For society, a main concern is the provision of health and social care services, the nature of work and the workplace, and the investment made in education and lifetime skill formation. These all require further funding, whether from the tax system, other public expenditure savings, public-private initiatives, or economic growth. The next few years are expected to be very difficult following the downturn, and in the global economy, public spending in 2011 will be a challenge for the government. For the economy, the challenge is to generate growth and financial resources needed to meet age-related spending needs. The rescue of the banking system has dramatically increased public debt. The question now is, how will we cope with paying the bill for age-related spending? The maturing of global societies is certainly a major achievement, with people living far longer and healthier lives than previous generations. This demographic change offers opportunities to harness the experience, expertise and creativity of such an historically large number of people. There are various options available to both government and private companies to deal with the ageing of Britain's population. It is, however, essential that the best economic, social and political structures are developed to avoid a catastrophe. The Age and Employment Network, TAEN, say that this change in demographics provides great opportunity for businesses. Tapping into a wider pool of talent, experience and skills enables businesses to increase productivity, build competitive advantage and improve the bottom line. Increasing the age of retirement is a politically and socially controversial policy. The Labour government were set to introduce an increase in retirement age, and the state pension age was going to gradually rise from 60 to 65 between 2010 and 2020, and then for both men and women it was set to rise further from 65 to 68 between 2024 and 2046. Forcing people to save a proportion of their income has been suggested as a way of solving the UK's pension crisis. Many people seem to favour this option, provided that their employers contribute as well. Another option is to encourage higher labour force participation. In developed economies, a high percentage of men of working age tend to work. However, participation rates are relatively lower for women and older workers, aged 55 to 64. Special efforts will be required to make it more attractive for both women and older workers to stay on at work or to find economically useful and personally challenging work once they approach or pass the age of retirement. A further option is the immigration of skilled labour, which can help boost the labour market in general on specific types of skilled labour. But Britain would be required to drastically increase its current level of immigration of economically active workers to offset the impact of demographic change. This could certainly add further stress to an already controversial area of political debate, which I might blog about soon. Maybe. That's the end of my blog about ageing population. Thank you. Good night.